What's up guys, this is Sean and today we are going to check out Residensi Desamas, Taman Desa. Let's go! So we have covered like two residency, like RumahWIPs before, and the common things for them, they are very cost-centric. Whatever fancy things, right, they will not do lah. If we remember correctly, the main difference will be the facilities, then the entrance experience, then the security. These three are the things that they will compromise a little bit, but whatever in the unit, I think it's fine. But again, just for revision, what is RumahWIP? It's a compliance thing set by the government to developers whenever they want to build something. For example, I think this block is by Asset Kayamas, and in order to build this, the government will impose on them to build a series of RumahWIP. And something about Taman Desa, right? They have this series of rain trees. All these trees somewhat just eliminates the low cost feel to this address, because if you look into the drone shot, this area mainly consists of affordable apartments. But what's good about Residensi Desamas is next to it you have a commercial lot already, so it's very convenient. Within walking distance you can look for cafes, things to eat or barber or things like that. And in this area of Taman Desa, it has been a very matured neighborhood for very long. It's very close to Mid Valley, it's very close to the KL Seremban Highway, then Old Klang Road and etc. So it's one of the more favorable locations, and that comes with a lot of facilities such as schools lah, shops lah, malls lah, a lot lah. So that one no need to talk already. And now I'm still waiting for the audience lah. First observation, the building setback from the road is rather near, and that may somehow create congestion at the entrance itself. And for buildings like this, right, this will be the forecast of what's going to happen, where it's going to be car parks next to the road, and then you can see there's a lot of construction sites next to it. Hey guys, so now we are in the facility deck, and what you can see is the swimming pool, an elevated one, because elevated one is actually cheaper than a sunken one. Surprisingly, there's a swimming pool in the first place, and there's a gym, and it was an afterthought in accordance to the owners. When they buy, there was no gym in the SPA, but now they actually provide, which is good. And then there's a children playground around here. But what you can see in the distance right next to you is all the commercial lots. And again, bear in mind, this is bare minimal. Functions comes first. And there was a few phases to this. Some were balloted without the car park, some with tandem, and some with two car parks side by side. So of course the side by side one cost the most. And you can already hear like a lot of sound from constructions nearby. I think after the constructions are done, right, this place is actually very serene and quiet. Very homely. We are now in a barbecue pit, and again, I'm very surprised because of the facilities that is provided. And something to take note as well, you have a lot of old buildings in the back overlooking to your common areas. Coming out from the lift, this is the lift lobby. It looks decent, and the tile size are a little bit smaller, so it's a little bit more cost effective. Ceiling height okay, and it looks bright because of the windows at this side. The views are pretty similar, where you can have all the medium cost apartments surrounding. And the trees, right, it takes away the feeling of congestion immediately. So there's 12 units here served by 3 lifts, and every unit seems to have 3 bedrooms, so that's very good. Corridor width is 2 meters, ceiling height 2.8, and you can see at the corners, right, it's so amazing. Just that it was open, I think the developer is trying to rectify the problem by closing it up with windows because it's so nice. There you can see the ceilings are pretty tidy, at least they actually cover up the wirings and things like that. This is the refuse chamber. Because of the heavy construction that's going on right now, a lot of people are doing renovation. Nice, it's being used, like you can see, added ventilation. That's okay. You can still have some lights around the corridor, right? Because they actually space out between these two buildings. This is rather interesting for me, because it will be way easier to just merge these two walls. Would you want that slit of daylight into the corridor space, or would you like have a better cost efficiency? So I think in terms of common corridor, right, I think it's pretty good. Today we're going to check out a unit at the corner as well. This is going to be so amazing. So there's a foyer and this is the unit. Wow! Before we proceed further, this is a 900 square feet, 3 bedroom, 2 bathroom unit. And when they purchase, it's around 318,000. Several series of ballots. And surprisingly, they mentioned that nobody wanted this kind of units initially. That time. That gets me thinking like, a lot of people like complain they cannot get lah, don't know how to apply lah. But then on the developer side, right? No one wants to apply. Anyway, this will be your dining, this will be your living, and the ceiling height I've checked 2.9 meters. This is 2.8 something, 2.9 meters width. So it's pretty standard. And tucked at the side will be your kitchen area. I like that it's huge. You have the 5 feet tiles. It's going to be a linear type of arrangement. And next to it will be your yard space. And this is crazily big. Look at it, it's as big as the kitchen space itself. This is where you're supposed to put your compressors, but you can see next door, people done it that way, so you can still save up some floor space. You can see how they extend and it seals up the windows. The windows are supposed to be like that, but they actually sealed up. So a few suggestions. They're going to extend out the kitchen so they can do the wet cookings here. Then you can put your washing machines here. That challenge would be all the water points around this area. Works need to be done in relocating the water point as well as the electrical points over to this side of the corner. And this is the window for the toilet inside, right? What I really like is the spray paint. So they are providing floor tiles, tile skirtings at the side, aircon points, fan points. And if you want to check like build qualities, right, you need to look at the corners. It seems that everything here is pretty standard, very nice. Check out the balcony. So you have your sliding door with a 3 feet balcony tiled up with drain as well. That's nice. If you notice, every 4 floors there will be a change in the facade, where some are actually handrails, some are actually paint. And this owner actually complained something that I kind of took it for granted. They mentioned that whatever facade color, facade treatments, right, was nothing close to what they proposed initially. And that got me thinking like a lot of developers, we just launch things, right, with no final color of design scheme to the facade, because every time when the construction cost bursts, only we will think of, hey, how do we come back in terms of cost, right? And how to reduce cost in terms of the facade treatment. That is very unfortunate, and a lot of emails also saying that to what extent, right, buyers have a say in the facade design. These are the aircon pipings. I like that they still have roof lines and it's all spray paint, steel handrail. Very nice. Going in, there will be a shared bathroom here, and you have a very small window there for ventilation, full tiles up. Then we just checked out, there's a basin here, a small one, WC, shower, no shower screen, functional, nice. Then coming out, you have a small king here. I guess it's in between structural members. If you notice, there's a beam here and you can actually just shelf it up to be some storage area. And moving on, this will be the 3 bedrooms, 1, 2, 3. So I have this rule every time I visit the building. I will look at the ratio between the window against the facade. The smaller it is, the lower the budget. So the bigger the surface area for windows, right? Because aluminium and glazing is actually a big cost for buildings. Flush it with the structural lines, I think that's okay. So this is rather narrow, 2.25 meters only. You can say put a double bed, but it's going to be narrow in terms of walking space. Okay? Moving on to the next room, this is the one where the window is actually facing inside the void. And immediately you can feel that it's very, very dark. Okay, somewhat you can still squeeze in the double bed. I think it's okay, just that this king a bit kacau. Again, function first, I think it's okay. Just that you have all these box up issues. It's not flush, but I think it's still treated well where it's actually located in the corners. Last of all will be the principal bedroom, and this is the principal bathroom. Again, again, we spoke about this many times where the toilets attach outwards. So they have natural ventilation, but that compromise in terms of the facade openings. These are the switches. I wish that they were actually lower. Then this is the principal bathroom. Quite small, but full tiles up, no shower screen. And this will be your principal bedroom. Again, the panels of windows are a little bit small to my liking. But again, let's be real in terms of cost, right? I think the tiles formation is very good. And the view is actually amazing. So because of all these shop locks here, right, they won't be blocked. This is permanent. Most likely this is going to be a bed, there's going to be a bedside table, and this is going to be a TV. You still have a lot of space here, so you can actually put a study table or wardrobe and things like that. This unit actually concluded my findings of RumahWIPs, right, have not much concern on build quality. How they reduce cost is by the facilities, by the tile size, by the specs of the toiletries. But in terms of space, they do not compromise at all. A 3-bedroom unit, 2-bathroom in the location of Taman Desa, so close to Seputeh, Mid Valley, Old Klang Road, Sungai Besi, KL City, right? It's only for 318 with 2 car parks. That's an amazing deal. And with that, right, I think it's now time for Sean take 3 on 3. 3 things I like. Number 1 is the developer and the responsiveness of them. When the owner feedback to me, right, initially there was no gym room, they added in a gym room. Then in the corridor space, right, there was a lot of water splashing, and then they actually put up more cost to actually just cover it. Then at the door, the actual spec indoor is different from whatever that was provided, so they actually want to compensate. They give options to the existing owners on whether to change the door or not. I think all these are very good in terms of the developer's support to the existing owners. That I really enjoy. Number 2 is the location of Taman Desa itself. This is a very established address where it's super connected. You can go to KL, go Old Klang Road, go Sungai Besi, go Mid Valley. Plus the majority of it, right, you have all this commercial, and the best part, a lot of pasar malam here. So that makes it a very ideal location to raise a family actually. I can potentially see myself raise a family here. It's very comfortable. Number 3 would be the practicality of the layout. Like this 900 square feet corner unit, right, next to the window, I think it's the best unit ever. It's so private. The space outside the corridor, right, indirectly is like yours already. And in the layout, they provided a potential store area. I know it's a king between columns, and the yard space for wet cooking as well as the laundry. I think that yard is amazing. Although there will be a privacy issue, and that space is going to be very unpleasant when all the aircon compressors are in. It's going to be super warm. And I see some grills and windows as well, because the corridor jumping into the yard space is actually doable. Hence, a lot of people actually do up grills. 3 things I don't like. Number 1 would be the density around this area. If you look to the drone shots, actually there's a lot of medium cost, low cost apartments within proximity. And this location used to be zoned as a subpar location. What it means is that all the high end, right, is going to be next to the main road. Then whatever internal is where you put all the compliance things such as the TMB substation, the pylons, the water reservoir, and things like that. But as development catches up, whatever location also become prime area. And in the immediate future, there's going to be a new block of Skyboat in front of you. And you have the upcoming Nasa Kayamas project as well. So that road is going to be full of cars. Number 2 would be the distance of setback between the building to the road. It's only a width of a car turning, that's about it. Immediately you come to the car park. And that's understandable because the shape of the land is actually like a triangle. Hence you got not much canvas space to play with already. Go in straight away car park, no entry statement, no welcome feel whatsoever. Those are not necessary. Last of all, I think would be the security part and the lift. It seems to be very easy to just come in the building. Yes, there's that initial registration, and the security guard actually do their duty in walking around, but just that in the lift lobby, just a card access would give people that sense of security immediately. I think if you can have that, right, this project, I think it's very good. So I think that's about it for this review. What do I think of it? I love it actually. I can see myself living here, raising my family, and with such quality workmanship. Of course, you still have some defects here and there, hollow tiles, that one sure got one. And you can hear a lot of construction noise, it means a lot of people are moving in already. So I think that's about it. Shout out to the owner, and I will see you on the next one. Ciao.